The story begins with a group of teenagers traveling by bus to a church camp. They are accompanied by Doug, the camp director. As the bus passes through a small town, a man named Dr. Peter, who is at a general store, sees the bus and suspiciously takes a photo of it. Inside the store, he shows the photo to the owner and asks where the bus might be going. The store owner says that since all schools are currently closed, it must be headed to the church camp. Dr. Peter's expression changes, and he becomes visibly worried. Meanwhile, the teenagers reach the camp, where they are welcomed by Doug's assistant, Teresa, and the camp cook. These teenagers were there for Lent, a 40-day Christian religious celebration that was to start the next day. Doug assigns them tasks in pairs. After dropping them off, the bus driver leaves but picks up 2 girls he finds along the way. He takes them to a remote and deserted area where suddenly, a terrifying figure known as the Lumberjack Man appears. He's huge, muscular, and carries massive pancakes along with deadly weapons. He boards the bus and brutally beheads both girls with an axe. Before the driver can react, the Lumberjack Man kills him too, impaling his head on a rod stuck to the bus ceiling. The horrifying part is that the Lumberjack Man then dips the pancakes into the blood of the victims and eats them. Back at the camp, we see Faith and her friend Jacqueline doing their assigned tasks. Faith feels like someone is secretly watching them. When she checks, she finds out it's a fellow camper stalking her. She scares him off. Meanwhile, 2 other boys are assigned to clean the stables. They hate the job but can't leave because Doug has placed a guard to keep an eye on them. They trick the guard into smoking, and while he gets high, they disguise themselves as mannequins and escape. While the guard is high and unaware of his surroundings, the Lumberjack Man enters. Mistaking the guard for a girl due to his long hair, the lumberjack sniffs his hair but is immediately disgusted. He then lifts the man with one hand and beheads him with the other. Meanwhile, Dr. Peter seeks help from Luhan, the area's head officer. He warns her that death is looming and insists the entire area must be evacuated. Luhan thinks Peter is mentally unstable and doesn't take him seriously. Peter insists that danger returns to this place every 30 years. Still, Luhan has him thrown out. Elsewhere, the same guy who was following Faith is now secretly watching 2 other girls. While he's spying on them, the lumberjack cuts down a tree that falls on him, killing him. His blood drips onto the lumberjack's pancakes, but the girls remain unaware. The 2 boys who had escaped from stable duty now wander near the same girls. One of them starts following Faith, who is heading to the dining hall, while the other approaches the girls. Then the lumberjack kills another boy, Daniel's boyfriend, and throws his body in front of her. Terrified, Daniel tries to escape, but the lumberjack grabs her. He breaks her limbs and twists her body into the shape of a table, places pancakes on her back, and begins eating. Dissatisfied, he hurls her body against a tree, killing her instantly. Meanwhile, Luhan, now second-guessing Dr. Peter's words, reviews his newspaper clippings and grows concerned. She sends her deputy to speak with the town's police officer. After the deputy leaves, Luhan hears strange noises outside. Grabbing her gun, she goes to investigate and finds the lumberjack standing before her. She fires multiple rounds and he collapses. Thinking he's dead, she shoots him again for good measure and goes back inside to call the police. But before she can finish dialing, the lumberjack revives and returns. He throws an axe that strikes her in the back. Injured but not defeated, she fights back by throwing objects at him. Nothing works until she throws a cup of syrup at him. His skin starts burning and he retreats in agony. Now the lumberjack enters the camp, causing chaos. Everyone tries to flee, but he captures one boy and kills him mercilessly. 2 girls escape into the forest, but one of them gets caught in a trap and is left hanging upside down. Instead of helping, her friend runs away. The lumberjack arrives and kills the trapped girl with an axe to her head, using her blood on his pancakes. We see the number of pancakes decreasing, each soaked in the blood of his victims instead of syrup. He then chases down the fleeing girl and crushes her with a giant pancake, killing her too. By this time, Dr. Peter reaches the camp and urgently tells everyone to leave. He explains that their lives are in danger, but nobody believes him. To convince them, he shares a story. Years ago, the owner of a company went hunting and followed a wonderful smell into a cabin. There, he found the Lumberjack Man making pancakes for his family. The man tasted the pancakes and was blown away by their flavor. He offered to buy the recipe, but the lumberjack refused to share his family's secret. So, the man killed him by dunking him in syrup and stole the recipe. He then used it to become rich. 30 years later, the lumberjack returned from the grave and started killing anyone in his path. Dr. Peter reveals that the lumberjack had once attacked him when he was a child, but he barely escaped. Still, no one believes him and dismisses him as insane. As he leaves, he warns them that once the lumberjack finishes all his pancakes, he will become immensely powerful, and no one will be able to stop him. Dr. Peter drives away, but soon finds Luhan badly wounded on the road. Though she's barely able to speak, she keeps repeating one word: syrup. Dr. Peter realizes syrup is the lumberjack's weakness, as Luhan had burned him with it. Elsewhere, the police officer comes across large pancakes and starts eating them in delight, unaware of the danger. Suddenly, the lumberjack appears and kills him too, smearing his blood on the remaining pancakes. Back at the camp, we see other teens also eating pancakes, but without syrup.